All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Performance Seminar. This is our 4:30 Performance Seminar. We're going to get started in just a second. Let's see, who do we have here? Let's see. And this is Introductory Performance Seminar. All right. Let's take a look. We got Rena, Ian, Devin. We're missing Arna, and we are missing David, but I'm sure they'll be here. If you're just coming in, this is 4:30 p.m. Introductory Performance Seminar. We're going to get started in just a second. We are already live on YouTube, and I'm just doing attendance here. Just if you haven't done Performance Seminar before, I just like to announce how it works. At the first half of class, so for the first 10 or 15 minutes, all of you guys will play your pieces. And the second half of class, all of you guys will go through and learn from each other's pieces. So it's a little bit different if you haven't done it before. You're going to learn from other people's mistakes, from other people's accomplishments. And it's a chance for us to kind of see what your peers in your same stage are doing and what they're doing to get better and do different things like that. All right, well, let's get started. I don't want to wait anymore. Our first performer up today is Rena. So I'm going to pass it over to Rena. If Rena can share her video so that I can feature you, spotlight you. Perfect. All right. So, and then let me share my screen. And if you can announce your name and your piece, that'd be great. Thanks so much, Rena.
My name is Rena, and I will be playing chanson. Okay.
Wow, very nice. That was awesome. Great job. Yeah, Rena, you've been with us for so long. I haven't heard you play for such a. It's been months since I heard you play. So it's really nice to have you pop into my performance seminar. You play so beautifully. I think you really like this piece. So I know you're nervous. You had to share your music today, but you did an awesome job. It's really, really expressive. So great job. Do you like this piece? You enjoying it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, really well done. It's a very expressive piece, and I think you play it with a lot of expression. So it's really nice to hear that, as it says up here in the initial expression marking, flowing and expressively. We're going to talk about the details in the second half of class, but I just wanted to congratulate you on an awesome performance. Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right. We're going to move forward. We'll talk about it in just a second. We're going to come back into Rena's piece in just a moment. Thank you for starting our class off so well. Next up is going to be Mr. Ian playing a very different style of music. And I'm going to pass it over to Ian. So let me spotlight Ian. Can you announce your name and piece? Thank you.
My name is Ian and I'm going to be playing Furley's Jazz. Yeah?
All right. Big round of applause. Got a lot of smiles there. Arna, I thought that was clever, and Devin was also smiling too. I really enjoyed that. It was a great performance. And don't worry about that one area. We'll talk about some things about to fix that one area. I know you've probably played it well many times, but awesome, great performance for this first time that you've played it. We're going to move forward. We're going to come back to your piece in just a second. This is the first half. We just do our performances, right? Next up is David, who's not here. So we're going to move forward. After that will be Devin. So I'm going to pass it over to you. And if you can announce your name and piece, Mr. Devin, whenever you're ready, you can, I'll spotlight you, but announce your name and piece. Devin, whenever you're ready, if you can announce your name and piece, and so you can play.
Yes, Devin. I'll be playing The Village Prophet by John Jacques Rousseau.
All right, round of applause. Wow, great job. I just heard you play this 2 days ago, and it was not at this level 2 days ago. So it's great to hear you improve from Wednesday. Awesome job. And we're going to talk about your improvements in just a second, but we're going to go on to hear everyone first. That's how we do a class here. So we'll hear everyone first. Great job, Devin. Next up and last up for our first half of class is Arna. And once everyone plays, then we'll shift into mode part 2 of class where everyone will get to go through each other's music and learn from it.
Okay.
So if you can announce your name and piece.
My name is Anna Rao. I'm going to be playing Minuet by Leopold Mozart. And it's strong octaves.
Arna, do you want to start again and just maybe go a little
Yeah,
bit
I'll just
slower?
start again.
Dee-dum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
All right, round of applause. Very nice. And I saw in the notes, Arna. Good job, by the way. That Dr. Bong also wrote that he wanted you to do quadrille. Are you playing that today as well?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and hear that too.
Um,
All right, we got one more piece here, and then we're going to go into part 2 of class. All right, round of applause. Great job, everybody, and a great job on your second piece, Arna. We're now going to shift
Yeah.
into part 2 of the class, which
Actually,
is
I think I
my
forgot
favorite.
to play the piano.
You repeated. Yeah, well, we're actually going to talk about that in a second, so don't worry. It's okay. That's going to be the main focus of our conversation for everybody today. So as Arna just brought up, and we're going to talk about it today, is dynamics, and we're going to talk about articulation. So I just want to start the class by asking you guys, what is your definition of dynamics? And then I'm going to ask you what your definition of articulation is. This is where we're going to focus on everyone's pieces. We're going to go through and we're going to scan it for dynamics and for articulation. So I'll ask random people. Let's see. Rena, since you went first, I'll start with you. What are dynamics to you? And I know you took musicality, so you went through that whole series.
Well, dynamics for me, it's like how loud or soft something is.
Yeah, that's basically what it is, right? And on the piano, we have the ability. I don't know if you guys know this, but the name of the piano is actually the pianoforte, which, if you know what those words are in Italian, it means the soft loud. So Cristofori, who invented the piano, called it the pianoforte. He called it something extremely long, but basically pianoforte, which means that the keys could play both soft and loud. And before he invented that, it couldn't do that. The keys were all the same dynamic. And so dynamics came about with the piano specifically because previously they weren't able to do that, right? So that was pretty cool. So it's how loud we play. Yes.
But aren't the mechanics a little different? How was the first piano built then?
Yeah. So of course, the one that we play on today is very different, and most of you guys play on electric keyboards. I also work
Like
on electric.
besides
so
an electric keyboard, like they do those two dynamics?
So the very early pianos did do dynamics, but because the soundboard wasn't made how it is today, it was very, very soft. Okay, but I want to move forward, and I just want to kind of like move on to the definition of articulation. So let's ask somebody different. Ian, since you had a lot of articulation in your piece, what is articulation? Ian? You're muted, by the way. Okay, Ian fell asleep. Oh, you're there?
I
Are you there?
forgot.
You forgot. Okay, how about Arna? Do you know? Articulation is really hard to explain.
It's
Like, I know you guys know articulations, right? You guys know, you can name a few, but what is articulation?
it's where like
Rena, do you want to go at it? Try, Rena. Go ahead. It's tricky, right?
Yeah, but does she want to answer first or?
Yeah, Arna, you want to try, or do you think Rena should try?
I think it means like the rhythm, maybe like
Well, rhythm is a separate thing. Rhythm is like
the
how
way
we
you
play.
play, like
That's pretty close. That's a pretty close definition. So this is the definition that I teach. It's how the notes are pronounced. So for example, staccato, the notes are pronounced very short. Staccatissimo, they're pronounced even shorter. Legato, they're pronounced more connected, right? Okay, so
Mm.
these are two definitions, and of course, tenuto from all these different other articulations. Pedal is also part of articulation.
Is
So
there
now
a
let's take a what was that?
sorry, is there a like a legato or
Sure.
whatever,
Yeah,
a
legatissimo. Yeah,
legatoissimo?
legatissimo. Yeah, yes, there is. And actually, I was going to suggest that for your piece because you basically have that quality in your playing right now. So let's all take a look at Rena's piece. It should be coming up here in a second. And Rena's piece is very fluid. So the articulation in her piece is very fluid and it's also very expressive, right? So because of that, it's probably going to be mostly soft, which it is, and very legato, which we would call as legatissimo. So when you're playing, she's using pedal and she's connecting with her fingers. So I want everyone to try this. Let's just try the opening of Rena's piece if you haven't already. Play through just that opening of the right hand, and everyone can try it on mute. Try to read through it. I'm gonna make sure I also share my sound so you guys can hear me. There we go. So all right, so it's a very connected sound, whereas staccato would sound like this, right? It's detached. Like somebody played Arna played quadrille today, right? So quadrille, a lot of you guys play quadrille. It's a pretty popular piece, has a lot of staccato in it, right? The whole left hand is staccato. And everyone try that. Try the opening. Yeah, everyone try it. Everyone try it. You don't need to. We don't need to hear it. You can just put on mute for now. I'll pick on somebody in just a second. I'd pick on somebody in just a second. I want everyone to try it first. Give everyone a good chance. It's 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3. And that is a very expressive character, which is what Rena was doing super well today. And her left hand also had that quality, right? It's very connected. These tenths in the left hand. It's really beautiful, right? It's a really nice piece sounding. It has good, sincere quality to it. Arna, you said you wanted to try. Let's hear your legatissimo or legato.
No, I said I had a question.
Oh yeah, what's your question?
Can I like redo my minuet or no?
Oh no, everyone's gonna have a chance to. Right now. Everyone's redoing everyone's piece. So that's the whole point of the second half of class. So don't worry.
Can I try playing this?
Yeah.
So can
Yeah,
I just
everyone's
do
going to
like,
focus
the
on this
right
right now.
hand?
Yeah, you want to play the right hand? Go ahead. Dee-da-dum. And it's an octave up. Da-da-dum. Yeah, it's an octave up. Mhm. Mhm.
No. That was-
And one tip for all of you guys, when you want to make something very connected, try to overlap your fingers when you're playing that. What I mean by that is don't lift your finger until you play the other key. Kind of leave both fingers down at the same time.
Is that it?
All right. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, good. I want to move on. We can all try Ian's piece, which was very fun. I think everyone really enjoyed listening to Ian's piece.
Oh,
Now, what is some of the articulations in Ian's piece? For example, let's take a look at this last part. He added a little bit to this. He's got some articulations here. What are these? Does anybody know what that line thing is called? This is a random. We don't see this very often. What is that? Does anybody know?
No.
That's called tenuto. Like that.
Wait.
And that means to play it with a little bit more emphasis, to put a little bit more weight into it. So when you're playing, I want everyone to try that. Put a little bit more. And if you don't feel comfortable playing all the notes, just play only the top key, which is G, right? Just the G by itself. And then we got G sharp here. And then we got A here. You can just try the top three. So just try heavy, heavy, short. And the last one is short. So it's kind of like the keys are a very hot sandy beach and you're kind of almost like jumping off, right? These are all different types of articulations, right? The tenuto and then the staccato here. Let's have Rena try it since this is the opposite of Rena's piece. Try it one more time, Rena. Nice. And then the very last one will be short. Bum, bum.
Is that the same thing?
Yep, that's it. There we go. That's it. There we go. That's it. Okay, so that's tenuto and staccato. He had a lot of other really interesting textures in there. I want to move forward. Let's take a look at, oh, well, Dave's not here, but let's see. Make sure everyone else check. Devin had a very interesting articulation in his set. He had both legato and staccato. So I don't know if you guys remember. A few of you have played this Village Prophet. It's pretty popular. He has the staccato and then he has legato in the same measure. So it's short, then connected, short. It's really tricky actually because one hand is doing staccato while the other hand is doing legato. It's really tricky. It's very difficult to get that. You did really, really well with that, Devin. Yeah. I want other people to try this. I know, Arna, you played this. Ian, do you want to play this? I haven't heard you play this yet. Why don't you try this? Yeah, great. That's it. And then if you wanted to add the right hand, it would be a connected right hand, legato. So we've got legato, we got staccato in here. Do we have any other articulations? Now, let's take a moment to also analyze the dynamics. Devin didn't play the repeat, but that's fine. But why? What does this even mean? There are some dynamics here. What does this mean? MF-P? What does that mean? I don't really know what this means. What do you guys think? What does it mean? Rena, do you want to give us the answer?
I think it might mean like ranging from mezzo forte to piano.
Okay, that's actually a really good guess. That's not what it means here. That's actually the way we interpret dynamics on a standard way. That's just what dynamics are always doing. So whenever you see, if you just had an MF here, it ranges around MF. So it could be F, it could be MF, it could be MP. When you have this dash, what it actually means is on the second go, when you repeat again, it's going to shift into the piano. So the first time when you play it, it'll be like MF, this part.
That is.
But then when you come back again after playing the whole piece, if you do the repeat, it'll be like this. Right? Almost like an echo of what happened previously. Right? So dynamics are really important because they add that nice flair to that section. It makes it feel like it's new again. We haven't heard it that way before. Let's move on. We got one more form here. And everyone heard Arna's piece, her first piece. And it was great that you messed up at the beginning, Arna, and then you immediately knew you were in the wrong position. That was great.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like this. So basically, it's supposed to be like this.
Yeah. Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. And then I want everyone to try okay. Yeah. Thank you for shifting that. That's good. And we're going to try that in a second, but let's everyone have a try at Arna's third line. And one of the things you might notice is that on Arna's third line, she has two different dynamics. I'm going to pause you for 1 second, mute you for 1 second so everyone can hear. The first dynamic that she has is forte here. And some of you have already played this, I know, because I've heard you play it. And the second one that she has is a very soft piano. So I want everyone to give it a try first on mute. We're going to first do it all on mute. And then we can have a couple people try. But the first time you play it, it's going to be quite loud. And if you look, it's also staccato. And then an echo. This is what makes music interesting. This is like the next step for many of you. All of you know your notes, your rhythms, and your pulse are good. But now this is how we can upgrade our music with dynamics and with articulation. Let's have Devin try. Do you want to try just the right hand first? Let's give Devin a go. Just try the right hand. The dun da 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 da. That part. Go a little bit slower. Dun 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 dun. You got it. Try again. And then the second one is going to be soft. So try the second one now. Dun 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 dun. Right. And that's a common thing that happens is that when you're first learning how to play soft, you tend to play, and it's not just you, Devin, it's everybody, me included. When I first learned, you tend to play slower, but we actually want to play in the same speed. So see if we can play evenly. Dun, 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 dun. Everyone can try this. Try to keep the same speed, but get softer when you play the echo.
question.
Arna, do you want to I know you very much want to redeem yourself. Do you want to try it? Let's try
Yes.
it.
So,
Yeah, and maybe even playing it a little bit more steadily on the pulse. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3. Just so you can keep the pulse even for now.
how's that?
Yeah, it a little bit twisted because you're getting the right notes and all that, but what you're doing with the pulse is you're making this part really, really fast. But it's
Yeah.
actually twice
Yeah,
as
so
slow.
basically on my sheet over here, I did practice the counting over here.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's exactly the right tool, is the counting tool. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So to recap, what we learned today was the difference between dynamics that we have in music and why they're there, as well as, oh, 1 second. And the other thing that we learned about was about articulation and why it's there. So make sure you use these things in your music to make them more interesting. So you might hear this in Kaizen, you might hear in your session with your professors. Try to use these things, dynamics and articulation, to make your music more expressive. All right. That was our performance seminar for the day. Thank you guys for focusing with me and learning.